Okay, hello everybody. One more time, just for the sake of doing this. I'm Nicodemus Kane. How's everybody doing? It is still Saturday, May the 30th. It's 10:35 p.m. Angie just went upstairs and laid down, and I'm going to be up for a little while. But I wanted to come on here and tell you guys what happened. So I had my first video pulled today for breaking community guidelines. My first video got pulled. That wasn't a community claim, or not community claim. You hear me? A copyright claim, or wasn't for some. What did they call it the one time? They said that my I just put some stuff in my eye, so you'll have to bear with me. It wasn't. It couldn't be shown in this country because it was blocked content, and that was back whenever I was doing video games. I was playing the South Park game, and there was a big sequence that involved something. It was Kenny, Princess Kenny is what it was, and it said that it was blocked content, so I had to take that part out of the video to be able to run it. But it wasn't a copyright claim, or it wasn't because of something else. They pulled it because I broke community guidelines. Now, when you get the strike, or when you get the video pulled, it goes onto private mode, and they don't tell you. There's no notification, absolutely nothing that told me that I had a video pulled. I just happened to go down my list and check. And that was just because I just wanted to see, because we've been talking about a lot of heavy stuff over the past couple months, and I've only been getting heavier with what I've been saying. I've been kind of, keeping what I've been saying under control, but I'm telling the truth here, and YouTube doesn't like hearing the truth. So I knew sooner or later it was going to happen. I just didn't know when. So today, after I got done uploading the one that I did this morning, I just went down to the thing and looked, and sure enough, it was my the video that was called "Can We At Least?" What was it called again? I know you're seeing my face get all bright. It was the one called "Can We At Least Talk About the New Pandemic Video?" I think it's what the whole title is. Yes, that's what it was. And I was like, well, okay, they pulled it. They didn't tell me. The little thing beside it said this video has been removed, and it was on private and can't be seen. And it had in the terms and condition box, it said, you had violated guidelines. So I clicked on it. I went into it and looked, and it was an appeal page, and I actually have that here. Let me go ahead and hit that, and we'll come over here. This is a screenshot that I took. Oh, what the heck? Okay, there we go. This is a screenshot that I took. I don't even know what that thing was. It just flipped in. But this is the submit appeal is, before you appeal, please review your content and ensure that it abides by our community guidelines. In particular, the section shown below provide support details in the box. Okay, community guidelines. Under review, we've determined that your content violates our guidelines, and we've removed it from YouTube. You know that this might be disappointing, but we know this might be disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all. If content breaks our rules, we remove it. So I clicked on Learn More, and I went in there, and it was extremely vague. It didn't tell me what I did wrong. It didn't tell me the exact, guideline that I messed up. What it was is the page after this. It's like 3 or 4 sections on the guidelines. It's just talking nice to people, not having anything that looks bad, and the standard stuff. And inside of each of these, subsections is even more sections. All these little things you got to click on to learn more about other stuff. So it's an extremely vague, we're not going to tell you why we pulled your video. We just pulled your video, and you just have to know that you obviously you obviously tripped some guideline somewhere. We're just not going to tell you. So I was just really like, okay, more than likely you pulled the video because I used images of the Plandemic movie inside of the, my video. I don't think I actually used any video from that movie. I just used images. And I said, that's probably what happened. They probably picked out an image that I used, and that was what tripped, their AI algorithm, whatever. I had to take a drink of water. So, you know, I was just like, okay, whatever, you know. So I wrote down, and I didn't get all of it. I didn't realize I didn't get all. I thought I got all of my thing. This is why should your content be reinstated? And I said, well, I don't know exactly what guideline that I violated. Is it possible to get more information on what guideline I violated so I do not do so in the future? If not, then I see no reason at all why this should have been taken down. Please help me help you. Because I mean, really, seriously. If they would have told me what I did wrong, I may very well have gone into that video, pulled whatever I did wrong out, and then put it back up. I would have had no problem with it if I still edited videos. I'm not editing videos. If they pulled the video, I was just going to leave it alone and say whatever. But, I wanted to know. I wanted them to tell me specifically what I did wrong. And instead of them telling me what I did wrong, they just threw the video back up. It's sitting here. This is the one. This is my video. Can we at least talk about that new Plandemic video? Let me go back out to here. These are all my videos, and it's sitting right here. Now this thing, this was cancel that. This was red, and it said private, and then right here under restrictions it said terms and guidelines or whatever it was, and it had a red thing too, and it said it had been removed, and I just like, what the heck, man? But they just went ahead and threw it back up. Just like it was nothing, just say, hey, there it is. I'm sure I might have gotten an email. I don't know. Here, let me do this. Let me come back in here. You can see my pretty face. I'll go check my email. Let me go open this up. I'm not going to let you guys see my email. Sorry. This is not going to work. Let's see if I said, okay, decision. Okay, go away. I don't need this crap. Your video has been removed. It was removed today. No, it was removed May the 20th. Wow. Okay. See, I don't check the email associated to this account. I don't use Gmail very much. As you may know, our community guidelines describe which contents we do and don't allow. I'd let you guys see this, but I'm not going to let you see it. Sorry. Your video, can we at least talk about has been flagged for review? Under review, we've determined that upon review, we've determined that it violates our guidelines. I'm sure you guys reviewed it. I'm sure a human sat down and reviewed it. We know this may be disappointing. It's the same thing. Video kind of restrictions. Doesn't allow content that encourages or promotes violent or dangerous acts that have an inherent risk or of severe physical harm or death. We also don't allow content that appears to be posted in a shocking, sensational, or disrespectful manner. The only depictions of such activities we allow need to be educational, documentary in nature. Well, I mean, that's what I was doing. Is I was documenting what was going on. I was seeing something. The biggest thing that I saw in the video was that the company that the guy, put my pretty face back on here. Here we go. The company that the guy owned that made the video, the imagery he was using for the trailer for his website just looked a little Illuminati-ish, And I was just, the biggest thing I was trying to tell people is that before you just go completely believing everything this guy says, just know that the people that he works for and owns, the company that he owns and he whatever works with, this is what they do. So maybe take whatever he's taking with a grain of salt. Now there was good information. I even said in the video they've got some good information. They're talking about some stuff that we need to hear. But at the same time, this is going on in the background. It's the very same thing with me talking about the cop that just killed George Floyd or whatever his guy is. His name Big Floyd? I don't know. He's a porn star. Do you know that? He was in a porn. What the hell, man? I mean, seriously. Ugh. But it's the same way as me saying, that just happened, but you have to stop and look at it because all the symbology and the numbers are there, and maybe it's not the thing. But that's the same thing I was talking about with the guy that made the pandemic thing. I was like, okay, you might want to take a look at it. So it was kind of a documentary kind of thing. Is it educational purposes? Can we talk about education? I mean, is that First Amendment? Is that covered under the First Amendment anymore? I don't know. Other than that, this removal has not resulted in a guideline strike or penalty. However, we still encourage you to review all your content to make sure it's in line with the community guidelines. Okay. If you believe this was a mistake, we'd like to hear from you. So the interesting thing about this is, though, like I said, this was 10 days ago. This was May the 20th at 11:47 p.m. On the... Let me go back here. Now that I'm out of my Gmail. On this, it says this video is now visible only to you and will be removed entirely within 7 days. Now, does this mean within 7 days from... Does this mean within 7 days from the time that they pulled it, or from... Is that an extra 7? Does it take 17 days for them to take down a video? Now, see, that's even crazier still, because unless you checked your Gmail, which again I didn't, unless you checked your Gmail, you would never know. And like I said, I don't check my Gmail. I barely even check my Yahoo. So there it is. But what the heck, man? That's a little sketchy, YouTube. That's just a little sketchy. That's why so many people, so many truth channels sit back and say, I had a video yanked. I had a video removed. I had such and such happen, and it just... That's why it's such a big deal, is because they don't tell us. They don't tell us what's going on. They just, it just kind of happens, and then it goes from there. So this is, it's shady. It's shady as all get out. That's a weird name. Sorry, I just got into the middle of something. Make sure I'm not okay. Sorry, I just saw something. So anyways, the response that I got, decision on your video appeal, says, Dear Nicodemus Kane, thank you for submitting your video appeal to YouTube. After further review, we reinstated your video. We apologize for the delay due to recent global health crisis related to CV-19. A number of our normal review processes have been disrupted and are experiencing delays. Stay up to date on any changes in your service. Broader response to this. Check the health. I don't care. It's a fake. So I submitted this when? When did I submit this? There's a timestamp. The timestamp on this picture I took is 7 p.m. And they fixed this at 8:38. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, there you go. I was not polled by somebody that watched it. I was polled by a bot, and I submitted a problem, and they found out that I was polled by a bot, and they fixed the problem because there's nothing wrong with my video. It was an hour and a half later. It was a 30-minute video, which means that they could have very easily, somebody could have sat down and watched my video. Hopefully they got some truth out of it. But somebody had to review that video and say, oh, hey, there's nothing really wrong with it here. which is kind of cool in a way because that means that I actually got somebody at YouTube to watch my video. Think about that for a second. It's either that or they just let the bot pull it. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I can only speculate at this point. Um, think about that for a second, though. Ooh. At any rate, for anyone that's watching this that has a channel that your video just got pulled and you think that you can't get it back, because I've heard a lot of guys, I've heard a lot of channels that say, "Oh, my video got pulled," and they'll just say, "Whatever, I'll either repost it or I'll post it somewhere else." Have you not tried to reinstate it? I know there's been guys, I've heard guys that have said, "I got a strike," and it's like 3 strikes and you're out, you're done. And I've heard guys say that, and I've heard guys say that they've tried to appeal it and it never went through, or they've tried to appeal it and it took 5 weeks, or something upon something, or they got an email back that said they're not, YouTube is not putting it back, whatever. But what if? What if? I don't know. It's a win for the little guy, I guess. I don't know, man. It's a little crazy. You people watching my videos too much. Did I mention that? You people will get me in trouble. I'm telling you right now. You're gonna watch these videos. You're gonna put 1,000 views on a video, and YouTube's gonna take notice. They're gonna take my channel down. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm not. That doesn't. You watch whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. I just think that's hilarious how that works. Just I did video games for video game playthroughs, let's plays for 3 years, maybe 3-4 years. I think 3.5 years. I couldn't break 100 subscribers. I couldn't. I think I was hovering at 70 with 1 view maybe per video. I had that one guy that came around and watched my videos. That one guy. You know who you were. I don't even think you watch anymore because I stopped doing them. Never went anywhere. Never did anything with them, Nobody ever watched them. And then one day the father, he told me, just go tell him the truth. Tell him your story. Tell him your story, and then just start telling him the truth. Don't worry about what you say. So I started doing that. And the more I started doing that, it's just people started coming. People started coming around, and then we did the Microsoft patent video, the WO, what was it? WO 2020-06-06-06 is what it was. I did that video, and man, that thing took off like gangbusters. Just absolutely exploded. Second most viewed video that I have. Let me go see. Go see here. Let's do this by views. I'll even pull you guys into this too, so you can see what I'm doing. This is sorted by views. The first one over here is this ridiculous YouTube copyright claims. This was back whenever I was doing video game commentaries, and I was playing Final Fantasy 3, I think it was, and there was some random company that put a claim on my on one of my videos, saying that the Final Fantasy music was their music. And I said, "Are you kidding me?" So I put it. I put an appeal into YouTube about it. I said, "You got to be kidding me with this," because I couldn't monetize on it. They were talking about taking it down or whatever, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me! This isn't their music. This is the actual gameplay music. What is this?" So it took a while. It took 2 or 3 weeks to actually have them open it back up, but it was like, what the heck? But I did that back in 2017, and that is my most viewed is me bitching about YouTube making a copyright claim from Believe Music. 8,000 views. I look at that one every now and then, and I'm just like, shit. I guess drama is the only thing that you can get to actually, go on YouTube. But the second most viewed is that patent, the 0202. I hate this that it takes it off like that. But at 5,000 views, and I'm just like, you guys are killing me with this. 92 comments too. How many likes are on this thing now? 154 likes, and I think I got a couple dislikes on it. I don't know what it is. People are just like that. And then of course there's the Angie opening up presents on Christmas way back in 2016. I know, right? And the second one is the response video to the patent one. That one got 1,366. Love the numerology there. Good job. But then it's like all my most viewed, my top, what? 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 6 most viewed that I have are just telling truth, and you guys are doing this. 1,366, 1,312, and 548. And I just looked today, man, and I'm at like 277 subscribers. What are you people doing to me? What are you people doing to me? It's crazy. It's out of control. It is what it is. I'm not worried about it. As people are going to come and hear the truth. I've had several people come and tell me I'm full of crap. And hey, whatever. I've already said it before, and I'll say it again. The truth is not for everyone. Yeah, it's either you can't hear it or you won't hear it. One or the other. There it is. But anyways, it proves that you can fight the system and win. Especially with YouTube. Like I said, I think this was it got pulled by a bot. They realized it got pulled by a bot, so they went in and looked at it. Whether they pulled it or whether they put it back up because they knew that it was wrong, or whether somebody actually sat and watched the video, which still just is like, somebody at YouTube watched my video. Wow. I don't know. But whatever happened, it happened. There you go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's all I got to say about it. So other than that, that's all I really wanted to say. It was just something that happened. Just something that happened, and I was like, well, okay, we got to talk about it. Everything that happens, we got to talk about it, and we're going to talk about it. YouTube pulls my channel, I'm going to find a way to talk about it. I am planning. I need to go look at BitChute. I've been thinking about it. I already have my information in there. I haven't made a channel yet. But I want to go to BitChute. There's been a couple other ones that people have been talking about. I don't know how many of them I want to go around and do. I barely like doing YouTube as it is, but I need to get the truth out. I keep being compelled to tell everybody the truth. And so, this is my only outlet. It's this and Twitter. I barely do Facebook anymore. Like I said, I have 13, maybe 14 friends on Facebook now, and the only person who listens to me is Angie, my wife. So, hey, whatever. I was also thinking about starting a second channel up on YouTube for the video game commentaries to kind of separate the channels out. I don't know. I was wanting to do some. I was wanting to just do some more. And like I said, when I play games and I talk about games, I don't just talk about the video games. I'm not PewDiePie. I'm not going through and saying just absolute garbage. When I spot something in a game, I'll point it out, or I will tell a story about it. It's mostly storytelling. It's just about my life, really, and about just my experiences with the game. It's not like these other guys do, and I'm not that type of gamer. I sit and tell stories. It's just the way it is. Sometimes it's truth-based stories. There's a whole series of Minecraft videos that I did where I just sat and told the truth because I was trying to figure it out. And then I stopped and said, I don't want to play games anymore. I just want to sit down and talk just to see what would come out of my mouth. And here I am. But I was thinking about doing that again. Something I can tell you. Something that actually an example of the things that I see in video games. I was playing because I bought it a little while back. I just haven't played it yet. I was playing the Resident Evil 2 remake today. I started it up today just to try something different because it's been sitting on my PlayStation 4 for a while, and I was like, I wonder what. So I went into it. In the very opening cutscene, the main characters, Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield, are inside of a police car. The number on the police car was 236. And I laughed. I said, you've got to be kidding me with this. Anybody that doesn't know, 236, that is, you can take it a couple ways. There's a couple different ways you could do that. The biggest way you could do it is you can flip the 6 to make it a 9 because everything they do is in reversed. And then you have your 239 or your 923. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. It is also a 3 times 2 is a 6, and that's your 66. A 3 6s, 2 3 6s. I wonder how that would go. 2 36s. What's 2 36s? I don't know. Just on the base level, though, the numbers there. I've seen other numbers in other games too, but just that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother thing. The biggest problem with me playing games and pulling those numbers out and being able to put them on videos like this is that I'd have to be recording. I'd have to be recording the whole thing. It's not like I can just go to Hulu and pull up, Twilight Zone and show you, hey, look, the numbers on the elevator equal 33. I can't do that with this. I have to actually be recording. So I'm thinking about recording videos again. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to put them here because this has become a completely different kind of channel now. I don't do that. I don't think it's I don't think it's wrong. I don't know. I don't know. There's always this thing in the back of my mind that I sit and think, as a truther, as a Bible believing truther on YouTube, should I be doing video game commentaries when I could be doing other truth things? You know what I'm saying? There's a kind of a disconnect there. I don't know. I think about that, but at the same time, I stop and think, well, when I was doing those video game commentaries, I was telling truth. I was doing it while I was doing it. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't being PewDiePie. I was being me, and we were talking. I would go through the Final Fantasy playthroughs, and we would look up the monsters, the monsters that were in the thing. We'd look up what these monsters were, what they were associated with in the past, what their other names were. I could probably do it 5 times better now than I did 4 years ago. I can guarantee you that right now because I know so much more than I did 4 years ago, 5 years, whatever it was. But, that's what I did. And I think that there's still an opportunity to be able to do that. I'm not saying it's going to be for everyone. And I'm definitely not saying that it should be considered the most useful information in videos you could watch, but I still think there's a I don't want to say a market there because I'm not really marketing anything. I just think that there's a viewer base there. Let's put it that way. There's a viewer base there. There's a it's not just to get views. It's more of a, if people want to experience, they can experience, because I can't put those videos back to back with these videos. It looks silly. There's a truther I watch that does the same thing. That they will put out, they'll put out a really good, truth video. It's really awesome stuff. It's really good information. And then the next video is about them playing Minecraft with their kids. And then the video after that is about them talking about their pet bunny rabbits. And then the video after that is about them going out and doing something in their flower bed or something. And then it's another truth video. And then it goes back to the bunny rabbits. And it just breaks it up so much that you just, no, I can't do that. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's more power to you. You take that, you run with it, you go, and I think there's a separation. I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna watch this anyways. I know. I bet you everybody's gonna watch it, because I'm gonna name something like YouTube pulled my channel down or something like that, and somebody that is not in the truth community is gonna pull that and then watch this because they did that just to find somebody else that had their video pulled, and then that's just going to create this whole video is just going to create so much controversy for me. I know it. I just know it. I'm done. You guys take care. Oh man, I'm going to go play some video games. How's that sound? You guys take care. Fuck's sakes. Oh, fuck's sakes. Oh man. It's just absolutely insane. This is me. I'm sitting in a room alone, and I'm laughing at myself. I'm laughing at myself. In the 80s and the 90s, we used to say that was the definition of crazy. Now it's just recording YouTube videos. Wow. Man, I can't stop. Damn it, I gotta burn a minute. I can't stop. I cannot end this video at 33 minutes. I can't do it. What can we talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? Can I show you something cool? Just to burn a minute. Seriously, just to burn a minute. You guys get to see some of my big fat gut. Check this out. This is a big book. It's Little Nemo. You guys ever read any of these? I've never read any of these. I've always been interested in Little Nemo, though. The very last thing that happened before we completely got locked down and everything got shut down, we went to a little tiny local comic book show. Tiny. It was tiny. That was maybe 20 tables. There was absolutely nothing there. Very little, actually. Very little comics. And I didn't really feel like going through boxes because I don't dig through boxes. I'm nitpicking at this point. I have 50. Oh wow, 57 short boxes upstairs. That's like 6,000 plus comic books. I know, right? It's going to be my grandkids' college one of these days. It's going to be her inheritance. Anyways, I nitpick this. There's no comic books that I really want right now. So we go just for, just to look, just to see if there's anything cool. I bought a couple things, but as we were leaving, on the way out, I saw this. Paid $10 for it. It is every Little Nemo comic strip. When did he start these? Winsor McKay is who it was. He started him in 1905. I think it said that he made him until 1927, 28, something like that. This is 1905 to 1914. These are cool. These are cool. They're full page, full comic strips. I'm sure if I actually had the chance to sit down and read them, I'd probably find all kinds of little things here and there. And if I do, you absolutely know that I would tell you guys if I found anything. But it's one of those things, one of those interesting things. There you go. What do we have? 35 minutes. Cool. There we go. That's all I needed. All right. It's a big book. Big, heavy book. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Just a thing, If you guys want to see all the cool stuff I have laying around, I can do that too. I don't like to brag. I just like to show people things that we've picked up. Just cool things that, I have a toy museum in my basement. I've said that before, and I've said that one of the things I wanted to do was make videos of my toys, because I just have toys. I somehow managed to keep all my toys from when I was a kid. I've gotten rid of a lot of them, and we've picked up so many of them over the past years. So much money. It's one of those things that it's like I said, when I die, everything in here I want to sell for $1 and give all the money away to a charity. And I said, even if you sold everything in my room for $1, you'd still have $20,000 probably. I don't know. Now I'm to the point to where it's like, take everything and sell it for whatever you can get for it, and then send the money to charity. But it's also, now I'm thinking, well, I have a granddaughter. I want her to have my inheritance if she can even get it. And I don't want it to be an inheritance. I don't want to have the money in the bank. I want to have the money in physical property so that they can sell it, as they see fit, so that she can have that money. But I don't know. I don't know if we'll even have that chance at this point. So I don't know if it's even worth it. But it is what it is. We just have stuff. I got to get off. All right, you guys, take care. Love you all. Peace be with you. God bless. Don't be afraid of YouTube's. YouTube wants to take your stuff away. You can fight it, but if you fight it and YouTube still wins, whatever, move on. Find other ways. There's other ways to do it, I'm sure. All right, you guys, take care.